Hello, hello. Welcome back to our second episode with Kayla and Iona. And we are here to talk about the feminine and the masculine energy that comes from plant medicine, um, just like within the plants themselves, and the energy that comes through us and within us when we're journeying on Mother Nature's gift. And so here we have Iona, who is an expert in this field.
A voyager,
We're
a
all on our we're
journal.
all experts in our own journey, but this is
Yes,
something
yes.
that's both near and dear to both of our hearts, and we just want to spread the love and the light and everything that comes from it. And yeah, so let's take it from here. So Iona, how are you
Hi.
feeling about
I,
everything?
I'm feeling very excited.
Yeah.
And before we started this recording, I remembered a few years ago, like 2 or 3 years ago, um, during an ayahuasca ceremony, she told me, like the consciousness of the plant talked to me, and she said, "Describe me. Just
Describe
describe
me?
me."
Like describe.
Yes, describe
Oh,
ayahuasca. And she was saying, and I was like, I don't know how to do this. And she
yeah.
was like, use your words, use your words, use what you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm feeling this is what is happening right now.
Mm. So what did you tell her? Like what words came, especially when you're on the journey itself, it's like you can't even talk. Like I don't feel as though words can ever do it justice, at least from my one experience. But what came out of you at that time?
Um, well, in what came out of me in the meaning, what was happening in my life, or during the
Well, I mean, like
ceremony, what else?
when Mother Aya told you to
Yes.
describe me, what did you say to her? Like what was your response to that?
I was saying like I was feeling inadequate
Inadequate.
that inadequate, like I was like, oh, how I'm going to describe this. And she
Yeah.
was like, just use your words. And yeah, it took some time. I had to
Hmm.
find you and to connect with you, and you bring
Yeah.
out this beautiful investigation questions which helped me
Mm-hmm.
to elaborate on that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So today we are talking about, because this came from the last talk we had,
Hmm.
and that I suggested that uh, we thought that maybe we could talk about the feminine nature and the feminine energy of the
Yeah.
plant medicine.
Yeah.
And I have with me this crown. I
Oh,
wore it the first time I had ayahuasca,
yeah.
and I'm going to wear it again today.
Oh,
It's a
I
very
love it.
feminine energy.
I love it. Oh, you look like a fairy feminine goddess. I love it.
And I remember in my first ceremony, I intuitively knew that I was going to enter a very sacred
Hmm.
temple. And this is the energy I went into my first ceremony. And of
Yeah.
course, I think it's very important the energy we enter the ceremony.
Hmm.
And this is very connected with the feminine energy, with the intention we withhold within ourselves, within our
Yeah.
heart.
Hmm.
And it creates a vibration effect.
Hmm.
And how we enter the temple is also how we are going to meet ourselves through the medicine, through the facilitating of the medicine.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And so for people who are very new to this idea with plant medicine, and there's so many layers, like peeling back an onion of how we can go into ceremony. What advice would you give someone who wants to have the pure intentions or wants to go in with wanting to tap into their feminine energy, but doesn't really know even what that entails, especially with Mother Aya? It can be so intense and so fast and so loving and beautiful and such an intense amount of emotions. Like, how do you even set that intention for wanting to go into that? Do you know what I mean? Where I feel like
Yes.
we're so busy, we're so inundated with all this stuff and technology and whatever. So to kind of be able to tap into like my feminine energy, like I want to tap into that while going into ceremony. What
Mhm.
does that look like for the average person who isn't really necessarily experienced in plant medicine, but wants to bring that part of their life to the forefront through Mother
Yes.
Aya.
Well, I can talk about this from the experience I have from the people I have facilitated,
Right.
because somehow my life path was that I would enter the ceremony for the first time and I would go through a rebirth in the first ceremony,
Mm.
which doesn't happen often, and it happens when a person has done already some inner work with themselves.
Yeah.
So this is the first thing about the intention.
Mhm.
When a person comes to enter the ceremony with entheogenics, it means that they are at least subconsciously aware that there is something transformative coming into their life,
Mhm.
and um, the one element that can bind the expert and the novice is
Mhm.
trust.
Ooh, I like
So
that.
is trust. So if you
Mm.
take ayahuasca for the first time or you take it for the 10th, 100 times,
Yeah.
there is always the element of trust, because you know every ceremony is not the same. There
Hmm.
is no
That's the
ceremony that
beauty
is
of
the
it.
same. Yeah, yeah. And uh, there is a lot of fear about entheogenics. That's why we are also doing this,
Right.
because we can help people to have an approach, a more open approach, and also respectful approach to
Hmm.
psychedelics. So the one thing is trust.
Mhm.
Like, you have to trust every decision in your life brought you to this person, and if you feel it in your heart that you can trust this shaman, and even if that shaman is a bit chaotic, and like the case with me and you remember,
Yeah.
I mean, you could easily say that, oh no, she doesn't seem like a shaman, I cannot trust her, but
Mhm.
there was something in you so strong that actually was trust in life.
Right, that's so true. Yeah, because I remember even telling my friends, I'm like, I don't know what I'm feeling with this woman that I met, but like I just trust that what you were saying was authentic and true, and I felt that there was this trust that like I needed to kind of like surrender into. I don't know exactly what's going to happen, nor anyone ever could, but that's the beauty of it. And I think going back to the trust in Mother Aya, that she's only going to give you what you can handle, but also just trusting in yourself
Yes.
that you're only going to take in what your body is capable of, like what your mind is capable, your heart, your spirit, everything. It's like it's not gonna, if you go in with the intentions of trusting yourself and Mother Aya and this experience that we have on this earth, then that's such a beautiful way to go into ceremony. And yeah, I think that's kind of also like bringing the feminine energy at the forefront of the ceremony and just letting
Yes.
Aya, protect you and hug you and give you everything that she needs in the moment. Oh,
Yes, it's because you enter the field of the consciousness of the plant and your own
right.
consciousness with a clean mirror. So when you feel fear, or you have suspicions, or you doubt,
Mm.
you even might think, what am I doing here during the ceremony? When you are
Right.
purging, your mind will go like, why are you doing this again? This happened to me so many times in ceremonies. I was like, what, why am I even putting myself in such an uncomfortable place? And but still is, when you trust, is a beautiful mirroring process between you and the shaman, and it's a relationship. It's a two-way. It's a
Mhm.
two-way thing, and it's also between you and the medicine. And when you enter the temple with a clean mirror, with
Mhm.
trust and confidence, you will be met with the same energy from the consciousness field of the
Mhm.
ceremony. So this is another element of the feminine energy, is that it's a continuous process of surrendering.
Mhm.
And this is the point where the entheogenics connect with the feminine energy, and actually for me and for many other people, they are one and the same.
Mhm.
Why? Because entheogenics are um, um, part of nature, are part of Mother Earth,
Hmm.
which is deeply feminine and receptive. And in the spiritual realm, we know that all creation is feminine. Our body is feminine, is all the time receptive to the photons of the sun, of the stars, of the universe. We are all the time receiving from life.
Right. Right. Like we literally have the portal to creation in our bodies. And I feel like that in itself, like I'm starting to learn more about like the womb energy and the like womb consciousness. And I find that so deeply profound that I haven't even fully grasped my head around how powerful and capable our bodies are. And going back to like the divine feminine and I don't know, sorry, I was kind of going on a tangent. Like, what are your thoughts on all of that?
I have asked Mother Ayahuasca and other medicines so many times to heal my womb.
Mm.
Um, I remember I had an operation a few years ago, and when I woke up from amnesia, uh, I felt all the pain of the process in my womb.
Ooh.
And it was so clear, and I was feeling so much pain in my womb. And now, after years, I realized that the womb is all the time this super intelligent place in our body
Mm.
that is all the time collecting data, but also is bringing new data, new consciousness into Earth, which is also humans. We create humans. We create,
Right.
yes, every child that comes to Earth is a new consciousness. Okay,
Mm.
it's a progression of evolution. We are doing it.
Right.
So you are so right. When you start to connect with entheogenics, you also start to connect more with your womb. And this is the feminine part of connecting with your body.
Mhm.
Now, from the my understanding of human design, because I also use human design, and I also use my goddess fairy witch knowledge, inner wisdom.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
can call it however
And
you want.
whatever works for you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's everything. Actually, it's all of these archetypes in one. We embody all of these archetypes, and I during my process with the medicine, I have come to realize that um, the plant medicine is deeply deconditioning our body
Mhm.
from the programs of the mind
Mhm.
and of the homogenization of the culture that we come from in the Western world, especially in the Western world.
Mhm.
So the feminine part of also another feminine part of this is us getting in touch with our body.
Mhm.
So you remember during ayahuasca, you cannot fake a pose. You cannot stay in Buddha pose. If you
Oh
feel to
God.
stay like you can stay with your hands like this. You cannot fake. Your body is telling the truth all the time with
Mhm.
plant medicine
Right.
because it really dissolves these mental structures. It dissolves the prejudices. It
Mhm.
dissolves the separation and the judging our minds do to separate us and to believe in the illusion that we are separate, but we are different, yet we are one body, one consciousness,
Mhm.
one humanity. So
Mhm.
this is another part that is entheogenic work is deeply feminine. And
Mhm.
I know, I mean, the first shamans, the first dated shaman in history was the woman, and I think a part of us coming back to nature is also realizing that the woman has the role to be in the temple and to connect through her womb, through her heart, with higher consciousness.
Mhm.
And the more we go back to the nature and to remember our own true wisdom, inner strength, the more we are going to see women taking place again in spiritual guidance roles. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
The religion that has happened during these thousands of years have put men in the temple, but this was not never meant to happen like this.
Right.
Because yes, I'm not saying there are men that can embody, like they can embody feminine energy,
Hmm.
But um, we are talking about the balance of
Yeah.
things. So
Hmm.
there is a reason there are women and men on this planet,
Yeah.
and each one can respect their role. So
Hmm. Right. That's definitely a lesson the West needs at this moment with all the
yes.
craziness happening right now.
Yes, yes. And
Yeah.
if this is not about feminism, it's not about
No, not at
uh
all.
no, it's not about, yes, yes, you
No.
understand. This is about just women regaining their voice and their natural place.
Yeah.
And the more we do this through our inner work, the more men are going to become aware and conscious, and they are going to heal too,
Yeah.
and also embody the healthy masculine and not the things
Mhm.
that we are witnessing now. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like what comes to mind for me is like growing up in the West, in the States and Canada. It's like you notice so much like once you're awake and you realize how inundated we are in like the masculine energy, even
Mhm.
in like schools and the education system. It's like creativity is kind of looked down upon. Like imagination, if little kids have an imaginary friend, it's like they're weird or like you need to like stop that or whatever. You know what I mean? Or it's like there's so much whenever it comes to or feelings, like little boys can't have feelings, even little girls. If you have feelings or you're crying or if you're upset, it's like
You're weak.
you're always being
Yes.
told to minimize that. And like with the masculine energy, you're told to be more logical or, get good grades or like, just only use your mind to think to move forward. And
Yes.
I feel like that's so lost in today's society where people just you can't feel anything. Like there's people are so out of touch with their heart
Mm.
and
Yes.
now that the feminine energy is starting to come back online and it's starting to be more embraced, we're realizing that it's the heart that leads. Like that's what makes progress, I think. It's like whenever we're so in touch with what our heart desires and leading with that, then it's like the mind can kind of follow that. But I feel like leading with the heart and your creativity is so profound in terms of being able to be present in the moment and really just tapping into what you need, what people around you needs, what Mother Nature needs. And then once we can start leading with that, it's like the masculine is kind of there to help guide us in that, like in whatever direction we need to go. Like their legit, like logical left brain thinking can like help with that. But the women's heart leading is, yeah, I think that's what the new
Is
earth
life.
is all about. Yeah. Yeah.
Is
And I feel
life.
like we're finally starting to understand that. Like there's so many people that are awakening up to the fact that the earth needs this right now. And that the masculine leading is not like well, look where it's gotten us so far. Like look at the world right now. It's not ideal to say it very lightly.
You said it all. This is all about it. It's about creativity, compassion, nurturing,
Yeah.
uh, connecting, supporting each
Intuition.
other, intuition. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Leading with life intelligent,
Yes.
and we women have the capacity and the bodies to
Mhm.
contain life and to
Yeah.
lead with wisdom.
Hmm. Hmm.
um, it, this is very important. I thought that this was going to be like a small talk between us, but actually, this is very important because
So important.
it's so important during my healing journey, coming back into myself, my power, accepting my true nature, etc. This has been like the key component, and
Mhm.
feminine energy actually saved my life.
Really? Why do you
Feminine
think that?
energy, when I got in contact with feminine energy, which I already was, but you said it's so looked down upon and seen
Yeah.
as a weak thing.
Yes. Yeah.
And I had this programming in my mind, and I was burnout, I was depressed, and etc. And this was really putting a toll on my health
Hmm.
as a woman.
Yeah.
And it can lead to all kind of things, depression also. It can lead it can lead to deep melancholy and sadness,
Mm.
and when I started to connect with my feminine energy, because my first energetic works were not with entheogenics, they were with shamanic women from Russia.
From Russia. Oh,
So
wow.
yes, but they have a very big tradition of feminine energy.
Mhm.
The shamans in there are actually wisdom keepers of the feminine, and
Mhm.
how the feminine works in this plane. And that saved my life. I could listen to my body. I could listen when I needed to rest. I could listen when I needed to move. I started to take better care of how I was nurturing my body,
Mhm.
and to see myself as a valuable being.
Yeah.
Because we identify ourselves with this, women are weak, or
Mhm.
the mind propaganda. And
Yeah.
it was so ingrained in my subconscious, and I think this is also general for many women,
Yeah.
especially coming from places, because I'm from Balkan. And in Balkan we had to survive many wars,
Yeah.
and
Women are very
women,
strong.
yes, very strong, and we had at some point to sacrifice our femininity for
Mhm.
the whole, for the family, for the tribe, etc.
Right.
And now finally we are having, me as an Albanian woman, I'm finally having the space to reclaim my femininity,
Yeah.
to really heal the generations
Mhm.
blocked,
Yeah.
the blocked energy that we
Yeah.
we carried from our ancestors.
Mhm.
And it saved my life. And after this I could help my sister, I could help my mom.
Yeah. Oh,
Right now my mom is microdosing on mushrooms, and she feels great, and she's 70 years old.
I
And
love that.
I'm so happy I'm so happy she can experience this in her lifetime. You understand?
Yes. Oh, that's amazing. Mhm. Wow. Hello? What just happened? Iona? Okay. We had the little
Yeah.
pause. Iona, sorry, just do you want to finish? I forgot what you were saying. Or for
Yeah.
last point. Oh, your mom. Your mom.
Yes, yes. Microdosing in the mushrooms, and I could not think about it this many years ago. I was like, am I ever going to make the people in my life live this kind of healing? Is very
Yeah.
powerful, and I'm so glad it has really changed the energy of myself, my mother, my sister,
Yeah. Wow.
and it has also opened the energetic vortex
Mm.
of meeting people who are into this kind
Mhm.
of lifestyle.
Yeah. Right, because you're on that frequency now, like you're on that wavelength, and then now you attract people that are on the same vibration as you. So
Yes,
I
yes,
feel so like similar in the sense that I want everyone in my life, all of my family members, to experience this and just kind of see how much our relationship could grow and evolve once you kind of take down all the barriers and just really, feel confident to expose your heart and your feelings and, dismantle all these barriers that we've talked about. But I'm curious. What's it been like? Like, what's the relationship with you and your mom been like now that she's been microdosing? Or like, what's opened up for her or your relationship? Like, I just want to know from the selfish perspective because I
yes.
would love that with mine.
Um, we had a very difficult dynamic,
Mm-hmm.
and she would be overprotective of me because she was not very present during my childhood. So she was trying to compensate this now in my adulthood, and it was very difficult for me to convey to her the message like, hey, I don't need now your support in that way. I just want to spend time with you. It was very difficult. And we also had some not healthy dynamics, uh, family dynamics,
Mm-hmm.
and it took time
Mm-hmm.
for me to first find this place of peace.
Mm-hmm.
And with time,
Mm-hmm.
I can say it this way. With time, it just happened that I felt that my energy was maturing
Mm-hmm.
as a woman, and I was maturing more and more and more, and at some point I could get more close to her heart.
Mm-hmm.
So this is also a feminine aspect that I felt the energy, and I felt I could tell her about ayahuasca, and I could tell her, look, I'm having these things, this medicine, and I'm using them, and you can use them too. And she was like, I knew you were weird, but I'm not surprised about this. And
Right.
luckily she was open enough. I mean, she's 70 years old, and
Mm-hmm.
she was open enough to receive it. So this is the feminine quality, that you can sense the shift of energy first in yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's like your heart starts to communicate with the people close to you in your heart, in your life,
Mm-hmm.
and it creates bridges of communication with other people. So this is, I think, what happened with my mom, and she was receptive. She did ayahuasca, she did San Pedro, she did hape. Now
Mm-hmm.
she's doing mushroom.
Mm-hmm.
So you need patience and you need time. Okay, you need to give time to yourself, and if this is the correct thing for you to happen between you and your mom, your sister, and important female figures in your life, if this is correct, it will happen. Just
Yeah.
have patience. Another
Have
feminine
trust.
quality. Trust and patience. You have to.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yes.
I love that. I love how you said that it opens up or bridges the connection to be able to get closer to your mom's heart. Because I feel like that's definitely something I can relate to with so many women in my life where I just feel like there's so many blockages in terms of like not being able to connect authentically and just, so many surface conversations and I just don't feel like I can tap into the things that they care about, like what they talk about. And it's like, oh, I just want so much more. And I can see why Mother Aya and like so many other like different plant medicines itself just really tap into your heart and wow, bridging that gap and having the trust that like someday if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. But just being able to have that conversation with your mom is a lot of people
But
can't have, but I appreciate that.
it's also important that during this time that I was waiting, I
Hmm.
did the work. I did the integration part, and I
Yeah.
took some decisions. And sometimes these decisions were putting me in more conflict with my mom. And at that moment seemed difficult, but actually it was part of the process.
Right.
So first you are patient with yourself and with your process, because now
Hmm.
you are in a place that you cannot go out and connect with them yet. Probably there is a cocoon phase, and now you are in this phase that you have to just attend yourself, okay? And with time, with integration, and with uh, conscious work,
Hmm.
and seeing the patterns in an aware way. This is why integration is important, because it helps you to see the patterns in a conscious way. So this is the balance. Plant medicine activates your DNA, your body, the conditions your body, feminine principle, and then the conscious awareness to see the patterns and to take action and decisions that are correct for you is the masculine part.
Right.
So this is the balance that you do with plant medicine. Uh, Entheogenics, plant and animal medicine,
Mhm.
they, in principle, they are feminine. They activate our feminine body.
Right. Oh, I love that. I just had such a big insight. Interesting.
Yeah, in principle, between this principle, there are plant medicines that are more masculine and the ones that are more feminine, and they work they work in different ways with our
Right.
bodies.
Yeah, like
For
an ebb and
example,
flow. Hmm.
huh?
Like an ebb and flow with like
Ebb and
math.
flow, ebb and flow. It's an evolutionary journey. We are
Yeah.
journeying with them, and they are journeying with us. It's so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And for example, San Pedro in women activates the sensual power,
Hmm.
and activates the Shakti, the second chakra. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
for men, it has not this effect, because men have the masculine more active than us, and San Pedro is also masculine energy, So
Hmm.
it neutralizes, the energy neutralizes each other.
Wow, and so
Yes.
interesting.
Yeah. But when a woman takes San Pedro, it's like feminine takes some masculine medicine, activating their
Hmm.
bodies,
Hmm.
orgasms.
Wow. Oh, fantastic.
Hmm.
Wow. Well, as you were saying that, what came to mind for me is that with Mother Aya and like while I was journeying with her, I felt the feminine urge so much. And I feel like with a lot of plant medicines, to me, the feminine is just being so present and so aware with
Mm.
your body in the moment and like you're so present, it's simply put. And to me, that's very much a feminine energy. But then afterwards, the integration and what that means and the work and all that stuff, that's kind of more of like where the masculine part kind of comes
Yes.
into
The
play. Like
conscious
afterwards,
mind.
whenever you've come down and you can like intellectualize a little bit more and like
Mm.
have the teachings that Mother Aya or whatever plant medicine you were journeying with, the lessons that you learned during that present moment, then you can integrate and have like a new North Star with the
Hmm.
masculine energy kind of being at the forefront afterwards during integration.
Yes, yes. And taking action. It
Mm.
doesn't matter how big or small the action is. It's just integrating is taking small steps, step by step.
Yeah.
And this was one of the messages in one of my latest ceremonies.
Mhm.
And ayahuasca was telling me, Ayona, just one step forward. Just one step
Mhm.
forward. You don't need to know all of the all of this.
Right? Yeah,
What
you
is
don't need to
going?
know the how. That's what I'm learning
No,
to let go. You don't need to know the how. Like it's
no.
not up to us. We don't need that. Let
Yes,
source.
it's beyond us anyway. It's not like we
Mhm.
are doing this.
Yeah.
Life is doing us. We are not doing.
Right. That's so true. Life is doing us. I like that. I like that.
Yes, yes, yes.
Hmm. Wow. Well, so how do you find Hmm. How do you find that the plant medicine with the feminine and masculine, how do you find that that can integrate into the Western society and like how plant medicine can kind of help us guide us to be more feminine? Like I know we've kind of touched base on that, but
Mm,
the last couple minutes that we have, like how would you integrate that a little bit more without people just, not everyone's going to do ayahuasca all day every
yeah,
day.
yeah. Um, well, luckily there are many plant medicines. We are talking about the main ones now that are powerful and strong, but there are many plant medicine. Even if you take chamomile every night for 20
Right.
nights and you take it in a concentrated way, you are going to have you are going to connect with the plant, and the mutation that comes from the plants is going to happen in your body. What we can do as Westerns is really um, trust what is calling us. For
Mhm.
example, if in our conscious minds is coming that, oh, I want to do blue lotus, I want to do chamomile, I want to do bufo, maybe.
Yeah.
Just trust it and follow that intuition, follow that uh, curiosity,
Yeah.
and naturally it will unfold, it will naturally unfold for you, and you will always, if you are listening to your intuition, and this also goes to your inner authority in human design, you will always be in the right place in the right moment, and you will meet the right person, the right medicine. Okay,
Mhm.
because the medicine is also the plants, is the animal medicine, and is the people medicine.
Yeah.
Every person you meet,
Mhm.
even if it's just like a small interaction, it can actually be a big medicine for you if you are open to it. Just stay
Mhm.
open and trust. Okay. Stay open.
Yeah. I love that. I feel like that's the
It's
message
easy
for this
said.
episode. Trust. Yes.
Trust. Yes, yes.
Mm. Yeah. It sounds so simple, but whenever you think about so many layers of what you can trust in your body and your mind and your intuition and just trusting all of that and just letting go and just knowing that Mother Aya or Gaia or the universe or God, whatever you want to put words to it. It's like we're here for a reason. Like we're here to serve
Yes.
our purpose and we have to trust that the universe and Gaia has our back and has our best interests at heart. And everything happens for a reason. Every interaction, like why we met, there's so many things that because we put trust in where we're supposed to be and just be present in the moment.
Yes, it will also help if you know your human design type.
Right.
So even if it happens that you encounter someone who does plant medicine,
Mhm.
you are aware of the dynamic exchange with that person. Because, for example, if you are a generator or a projector like you,
Mhm.
it's always the person who has, like, the person who is asking you if you want to do that.
Right,
This is
right.
how it worked between us. I am
Yeah.
a manifester, and I am a manifester. Can you imagine? I go to people and I tell them, "Do you want to do plant medicine?"
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is crazy. This
yeah.
one. I One
Before we
time
get,
I
I don't
saw a
mean to
man.
interrupt, but before we get too much into human design, why don't we wait for next time? Because I think our time is
Okay.
running short, very
Yes.
short. So yes, so
Okay.
that's a great way, great segue to maybe human. We can touch base on human design next time.